Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a homicide investigation in the capital city. What we're learning from police.
I feel like she's a fallen angel because she was just trying to save somebody or help somebody, not get killed.
And the body of a visiting nurse found in a home's basement. Police calling it one of the worst cases they've ever seen. How the community is reacting tonight.
And a first-of-its-kind wind farm right here in Connecticut. We're there as workers put the finishing touches on the project.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Julia LeBlanc in for Sarah tonight. Developing tonight, a man stabbed to death in the late morning in Hartford's North End.
Yeah, it happened near the intersection of Blue Hills Avenue and Sharon Street. Fox 61's Jake Garcia joins us live outside Hartford Police Department with the details. Jake.
Well, Brent and Julia, Hartford police were called just after 11:30 this morning for reports of a man lying in the street. Now, take a look at this video. This is what the scene looked like earlier today. When officers arrived, they found 32-year-old Jalil Woolery dead from multiple stab wounds. Police believe the man was working on his car when he was stabbed. Now, Sharon Street was blocked off for several hours for the investigation, but police say they are still trying to piece together what happened.
We'll be doing a full canvass. We do have some family members that we're speaking to hopefully paint a clearer picture of what happened here. We'll be talking to neighbors, so that's it. This is the beginning of the investigation.
Now, we spoke briefly with Jalil's sister off camera, who described him as smart and kind, saying he didn't trouble anyone. Now, Sharon Street is reopened at this time, but a brown Jeep was being seen towed from the scene a little earlier this afternoon. Hartford Police's major crime unit is leading this investigation. Anyone with information is asked to call Hartford Police. Live from Hartford Police Headquarters, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. We have new details tonight in a fatal crash in Orange. We now know that a 14-year-old from Waterbury was killed in that crash. Police say the teen was riding in a stolen BMW yesterday when the car hit a tractor trailer at the intersection of Derby Avenue and Orange Center Road. The teen was thrown from the car and pronounced dead on scene. Police believe the driver of the stolen BMW left the scene in another car. According to police, the tractor trailer had a green light when the crash happened. That driver was not hurt. And an update now on a Naugatuck police officer facing assault charges amid a use of force investigation. Officer Nicholas Quijos is seen on body cam footage tasing a suspect 3 times. Police were chasing the suspect because they suspected he stole $200 worth of beer from a store on Saturday. Quijos has been on paid leave since the incident happened last week. He is a 13-year veteran of the department.
Well, there are more questions than answers tonight following the horrific homicide of a visiting nurse in Willimantic.
Yeah, the tragedy generating a lot of interest from those in the community and in the legislature. Fox 61's Matt Karen has our story.
The Willimantic police have handed over this investigation to the Connecticut State Police, who right now are working to gather enough evidence to charge the suspect, Michael Reese, with murder.
I feel like she's a fallen angel because she was just trying to save somebody or help somebody, not get killed.
In Willimantic, a real-life house of horrors.
That place looks dark all the time. It's like gloomy. Now it's October 31st. That really is a October 31st house. It's a Halloween house now.
It's where over the weekend, police discovered a body in the basement. Police Chief Paul Hussey calling it one of the worst cases I have seen in 27 years of law enforcement. But since that statement, both Willimantic and State Police have gone silent about what happened inside.
I'd absolutely like to know more. I think we should all know more.
According to police documents, the house on Chapman Street provides transitional housing specifically for sex offenders.
No, I do not know that. That's why I'm really pissed off. I'm really like, I can't even believe that. That's next to places right here. We're next door, there's little girls.
The suspect, Michael Reese, a registered sex offender. The warrant details how he tampered with his GPS ankle device. Police caught him trying to run out the back door with a knife and a crack pipe. Reese convicted in 2007 after stabbing a woman in the throat, leaving her for dead in a cemetery. He was sentenced to 16 years in prison, just released in March.
I do believe that this falls on the state because the state needs to know who they're discharging into the community and what the capacity is for that person to do harm in the community. And I don't know as though the state has done that.
As for the victim in this case, we don't know her name. but we do know she was a visiting nurse.
This family, this woman, wonderful woman, nurse, the family is well known all throughout Eastern Connecticut.
Reese was her client. She was in the house alone.
I would not dream that someone should have gone into that house alone. And who is supervising the house?
State Representative Susan Johnson told me she'll be working with her colleagues to find out where the system broke down and how to fix it, including making sure prisons provide mental health intervention and making sure judges have all the evidence they need to make informed decisions. Reporting in Willimantic, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, a New Britain man was arrested after a gun was found in his luggage at Bradley Airport. Now, Gregory Crosby was charged after TSA found the gun improperly packed in his suitcase. Now, police say Crosby did not have a permit to carry a pistol. He was released on bond and is expected to be in court tomorrow.
All right, turning to the weather now. We have a dry night for trick-or-treaters, at least. A little bit chilly, but dry. So what does the rest of the work week look like?
Yeah, meteorologist Ryan Bratton, we were talking about, are you a pillowcase or a
bucket guy?
Bucket guy. He still hasn't decided.
Yeah, you know, I don't really remember, to be honest. So long ago. Hey guys, yeah, we've got some clouds moving in tonight. It's upper 40s to low 50s out there with a mostly cloudy sky. Torrington now down to 43 degrees, 46 in Waterbury, 45 degrees right now in Norwich. We've got some clouds moving in at the moment, but there's no rain nearby. We do have a disturbance, though, back to the west, and this is going to be coming our way tomorrow. And as it does, we'll have some showers developing then. For this night, though, it's not too bad out there. Temperatures dropping down to about 40 degrees by midnight. It will be chilly in the morning. We'll start tomorrow morning in the 30s with a lot of clouds. And then during the day tomorrow, it's raw, it's chilly with a few showers, and you might even see a few wet snowflakes mix in with these rain showers at times because some chilly air will be moving in aloft. And it really doesn't warm up much at all tomorrow. Temperatures only into the low and mid 40s. It should turn a little bit drier as we end the day. Then it's real cold tomorrow night. We'll be in the 20s early Thursday morning. A gradual warming trend the rest of the week, though. We'll talk more about that coming up. Julia.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much. Well, tonight, the first utility-scale wind farm in the United States is finally taking shape.
A shipment of wind turbine units is setting sail this evening from New London State Pier, and that's where we find Fox 61's Emma Wolfhorst, who spoke with officials leading the project.
Today's a historic day.
Tuesday, workers finished loading this barge with the first of 12 wind turbines, all part of the South Fork Wind Project.
This is expected to be the first large-scale wind turbine farm in the federal waters of the Americas. So this is a great, great day for Connecticut, a great day for our nation.
These pre-assembled tower sections, a nacelle, and 3 blades were loaded onto the transport barge, each of these blades longer than a football field. Once they reach their resting place out in the water, each turbine will take 60 hours to put together. Once built, they'll be more than 800 feet tall. Eversource expects more than half of the turbines to be constructed by the end of this year, when they can start generating power.
It's going to displace 2 diesel generators that they've been using out there for peak load. They're going to be bringing in clean power.
And this is just the beginning. Connecticut has several other offshore wind projects already in the works. Those here today saying this is an important investment for the state and the nation.
Eversource announced Tuesday the next step in another endeavor, Revolution Wind, which would create 65 turbines, more than 5 times the size of this first project.
We've just committed to FID today, which is a financial commitment, meaning we're moving forward. That financial decision was made, so we're moving forward. So nothing is going to stop here.
Eversource CEO Joe Nolan says Revolution Wind is on the company's agenda for 2024, with their sights set on an additional project in 2025.
We are now birthing, if you will, a new industry right now in this country, and it's happening right here in New London, Connecticut.
Reporting in New London, Emma Wolfhorst, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Advocates want to see state lawmakers increase the minimum age of arrest from 10 to 14 years. The Connecticut Justice Alliance has announced this as one of its priorities for the upcoming 2020-24 session, despite the fact that just years ago the minimum age was 7 and was raised to 10. The group says it's still too young and that under the age of 14, mental and behavioral health intervention has been proven more effective than arrest in juvenile court. Their other argument, saving money, as the state has tried to drive down detainment costs. Well, the Biden administration, along with Connecticut native and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona, are urging schools to keep Narcan on hand. While some worry overdose reversal drugs don't have a place in classrooms, they argue schools are on the front lines of the drug epidemic, with opioid overdoses and fentanyl exposure happening more and more to younger and younger people. The letter calls on schools to immediately prioritize Narcan training for staff and parents.
Well, tonight, the mayor of Vernon is making a serious plea to the state to speed up the approval of the Eastern Connecticut Health Network sale. Now, Yale New Haven Health announced their purchase of the ECHN about a year ago. Now, Vernon's mayor says the survival of the local healthcare system is at stake, along with thousands of jobs. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro has the details from Rockville General Hospital.
Mayor Dan Champagne not mincing words here. He says this purchase would mean that the town's local hospital would be in the hands of a notable healthcare system rather than what he calls private equity vultures who have gutted Rockville General Hospital.
When you stop investing in something that you purchased and you start continue to take the money, that becomes a problem.
Concern reaching a boiling point in the Vernon mayor's office over the financial situation at Rockville General Hospital. A summer cyber attack only making things worse.
The hospital's out of money. They're out of money. When they got hacked, they couldn't bill the insurance companies.
Rockville General Hospital is part of the Eastern Connecticut Health Network, which is currently owned by Prospect Medical Holdings. Mayor Dan Champagne says Prospect has weakened ECHN over time by cutting services and extracting cash.
They came in and saved them, but as the years progressed, I think the model that they thought they were going to be using kind of didn't go their way. Essentially, the hack that happened over the summer was because the computer system wasn't upgraded. They left the hospital exposed.
A sigh of relief coming with the announcement of a sale. However, the mayor says the purchase of Prospect Medical Holdings hospitals by Yale New Haven Health has been delayed because of a lengthy regulatory review process. Now, more than a year later, Champagne is calling for more transparency from the state and for the Office of Health Strategy to move quickly.
When we talk about this, everybody's saying, well, we're going to lose our 2 hospitals. It's not just the hospitals. They have x-ray centers. They have, which contain MRIs and all the medical needs. They have walk-in clinics.
A spokesperson for Yale New Haven Health says they have nothing new to share at this time, since they did sign a confidentiality agreement with the Office of Health Strategy in order to continue what they call productive conversations. Reporting in Rockville, I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Angelo, and we've reached out to the Office of Health Strategy, who released a statement saying they, along with Yale New Haven Health Services Corporation and Prospect Connecticut, Inc., have agreed to engage in confidential settlement discussions. And OHS has provided the parties with a draft settlement agreement, which is presently being reviewed. We also reached out to Prospect Medical, but we haven't heard back yet.